Hi there. Welcome to Dice and Dynamics. I am not your host, nor your DM. In fact, I am just your friendly neighborhood player. While other D&D live play Twitch streams may be playing D&D, this group is not. We are dissecting it. We are autopsying it. We are doing a theater of D&D. Thank you.
Wow, Fish, what a stunning read-in. Hey everybody, I am your host and DM, Jason. We are running the Wizards of the Coast published module, Descent into Avernus. And we are in the midst of, you will never believe this, closing up Chapter 1. So, welcome everybody to Session 24 of Chapter 1 of Descent into Avernus. I would also like to clarify that in the book, it should be about 3 sessions, according to the good folks over at Wizards of the Coast. I don't necessarily think that was quite right, and that's why we're here. So, with that, we pick up where we left off. In the large open chamber that is the sword school inside Little Kalimshan. Last we left our heroes, they had participated in or conducted 2 separate funerals for individuals who fell in the area underneath Van Thamper Manor, either at the hands of Thelmara Van Thamper or essentially at the request of Thelmara Van Thamper, despite choosing to go out on their own terms, as it were. And that is where we will pick up. When you all conclude your long rest, you will rise to level 5 as we step off on the next portion of our journey. And with that, you all have the floor. What's that?
Does anybody have any group or one-on-one discussions they want to do? Because I have mostly what I want to do is just describe a very small thing for Jeremina.
I can't think of anything personally.
Olin would just do his normal patrol stuff for them before his 4 hours, so that's it.
Okay, cool. I am going to describe what Jeremina's doing, and if anybody wants to have their character not interrupt but walk in on it, that's cool with me, but only one person. Cool. Content warning as follows for ritualistic self-harm. Most likely, burning, etc., cult imagery. You know how it goes. They spend the long rest in Rilsa's place, right?
Either Rilsa's place or the sort of open space that is the sword school. It was kind of left nebulous as to either was an option.
Okay, cool. I'll also leave it nebulous unless somebody confirms it. I think Jeremina is it's pretty late. I think it's kind of at that moment where everyone's officially in bed. Whether or not they're sleeping is up to them, but it's past the witching hour. And Jeremina is going to find a bathroom, I think she finds like a bathroom, a wash-up room, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she brings her bag with her, and she closes the door, and she sets out a wax stamp kit. The like little box, the candle underneath it, then the like little burning thing. And she sets it all up, and then she lights the candle on fire just by snapping her finger, and she pulls out, I think out of her weaver's kit, like a long, very thin piece of metal, probably from like just some part of it, right? If she has to straighten out, that's one thing. And instead of a wax burning thing, she sets out that metal tip so it can get piping hot over the candle. And she'll unclasp her bracers, take the water basin and sort of lightly wash off her forearms, and I think over the tension of the past day and so, a lot of the wounds have reopened, are scabbing over, and not healing right, and Jermina's kind of like making a face at it. Just wait a bit, waiting for the thin metal rod to get hot enough. And then, once it is, she takes it, and balancing both of her, I mean, she does it one form at a time, but she completes like another column of writing down the front of her forearm. And she does that on both forearms, and then she kind of grits her teeth and clasps the bracers over it, and is going to repack everything and head back to sleep.
Okay.
Would she bump into Silkez on the way back?
Would you like her to bump into Silkez on the way back?
Certainly.
Baby, what are you doing up?
I was about to go do my own nightly routine. Were you burning something?
What?
Were you burning something?
I mean, I'm kind of always burning something,
No, this smells different. I know you normally smell like sulfur, but it smells like singed flesh.
Well, I was out cremating a body.
But that smells like smoke. I'm well acquainted with the smell of burning bodies.
Oh my god, we have so much in common. Yeah, I was out doing my, my stuff, my cult shit, as the kids like to call it, which brings me to my next point. Do you have like an anti-infection thingy? Like some gauze? Or am I gonna have to go ask Marty about that?
I have some dressings, yes. But that's the best I've got.
Can I borrow some?
Yes, you can.
Thanks.
You will have to follow me back to the bathroom because I'm not turning around.
Okay, baby. I'll follow you back to the bathroom. Please? Be my guest? Do you need an escort?
Would you like to be an escort?
I thought about it. Once again, though, I'm not good enough to get paid for it.
Fair enough.
So,
I have. Silkez takes her arm.
Jeremita swats his bicep and is like, Silkez, there are children here. Mind yourself.
What, you?
Me? What about me?
You said there were children here.
Oh, you got me again! You quit it! You know I'm slow on the draw. Anyways, baby, take my arm.
Silkez takes her arm.
She pops up on her toes and escort Silkas to the bathroom.
Once they're there, Silkas will take out several. He takes out a face wash, a toner, 2 serums, a lotion, an oil, several small vials of face and hair stuff. And he just sets it along the counter in a very carefully in a very specific order. Give me a second. They're usually at the bottom of the bag. Oh, here we are. It's just a basic salve.
Oh, thank you, baby. What the fuck's all that? Is that just for you? Tonight?
Yeah.
Do you do this on the road?
Well, I do half of it on the road, but yeah.
You do an 8-step care routine? Oh my god. So, Kez, you were so lucky you're the only person I can shit talk to. Oh my god. The second. Marty is on level with me. Ooh. Your ears are gonna burn. Anyways. Thank you. I'm just gonna take the salve and I'm gonna go take care of it elsewhere in the privacy of another bathroom.
Alright. I figured as much. Alright. Have fun. Be careful.
I'll try to do both. You do good, baby. Alright? Can we cuddle? Just a little bit.
I thought you wanted to sleep in separate beds again.
I have never said that in my whole life.
At Marty's house? You...
No, I'm pretty sure that was you, baby.
Oh, that was me. Yes, we can cuddle.
Alright, thank you, baby. Okay.
Alright.
Alright, I'll see you.
See you.
See you. Have fun.
I'll try.
Do you want me to close the door?
Yes, please.
Do you want me to be on the other side of it?
No, I'm going to lock it.
Oh, okay. She'll back up. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for the 2 months, brother. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.
She'll leave.
All right, easy enough. Silkas, anything else?
That's it.
All right.
He conducts his 8 to 10 step ritual.
Fair enough. Well, with that, you all gain the benefits.
Fish.
Die, or is this a
Of a long rest.
Oh my god.
I thought he was broken from what Fish just put in the fucking chat. That's why I made my face.
You want children?
Yes, you all gain the benefits of a long rest and are now officially level 5.
Let's go.
As we exit Act 1 of
Fucking
Descent
finally.
into Avernus.
The
The next morning, you all awaken, and you can hear the bustling sounds of Little Kalimshan coming to life outside your windows. Market stalls being erected, and sort of the bustle of people, clattering of goods, and it's calm, or it feels calm. What would you all like to do?
I think Jeremina is shopping at Rosa's place. I'm not going to make you roleplay that out, but...
Okay.
She is in her pajamas, and I think her hair's pinned up in curlers, and I think she has... Is Rosa working?
Yeah, no, as soon as Rilsa is ready for the day, she would open up especially if you're down on like the shop floor area, you would see her pull back a tapestry behind the counter, revealing a large safe face. Input a combination, and if you look for too long, she'll make sure that you're not looking before inputting the remainder of the combination, and begins taking trays out of the safe and placing them into her sort of displays in front of that large, finely crafted mosaic on the floor.
Real so, baby, I gotta tell you about my day. Last day. Okay, now, besides the 2 funerals that we had to conduct, I did help. I was monumental in helping. Oh my god, we cracked open a vault. I think it was a vault. Marty.
Yeah,
Marty, was it a vault or a safe? Like, was it a really big safe or is it a vault?
Marty looks up from where she is still dilly-dallying with that puzzle box that she found, and says, it was a safe.
That doesn't sound right to me.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. It was a vault. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's about what I thought. Well, we cracked open a vault. It was so cool. That reminds me. Did y'all go for the one? You know, I didn't see the 100 gold get sent over to you, baby. So let me just. I'm not gonna give you my booth money. Let me. Just give me 1 second. Who's got my purse?
It's in the bag of holding.
Oh.
Rilsa, I do have a question.
She'll put a tray into one of the displays and look up and say, yes.
Marty, I know, I said I would let you fix it, but do you know any other weaponsmiths in the area?
What type of weaponsmith?
I have a small dagger that I need mended.
It's magic. You gotta add in that it's magic.
It's a magic dagger.
She'll sort of scrunch her face up and say, I don't know if I know of anybody that would be skilled enough to handle something like that. Simple rapiers or even finely crafted long swords, things like that, I know a person for, but once magic gets involved, there's a lot more factors to repairing something like that.
Understandable. Thank you, though.
And not a problem.
Okay, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 60. What number was I on?
66, Jetto will say as he comes down the stairs.
Thank you, baby. 67, 60, 69, 70.
Nice.
Olin will head down the stairs. Actually, Olin will walk in through the front door.
76.
Hey,
Also, Jetto, when did you get here? Or when did you decide to stay here?
He'll sort of scrunch his face up and say, 2 hours ago.
Fair enough.
98, 99, 100. Alright, Rilsa, you should have gotten 200 gold from us. So, here you go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
course. I wanted to make sure you got your fair due. Which reminds me, whatever we want from here, I'm covering babies. Don't even worry about it.
Okay. Hey, Rilsa,
Yes, Marty.
have you ever seen something like this before? And she'll hold up the cube.
She'll step out from behind the counter and will produce a jeweler's loop and kind of give it a once over. And we'll say, no, that's very intricate, though.
I was hoping. Like, apparently, it's some sort of infernal something or other, but I didn't know if anyone had ever solved one before, or like if there'd be instructions. This is super complicated.
She'll shrug, clearly suggesting that it's far beyond her breadth of knowledge. I'm sorry.
She will continue to fudge with it.
Okay.
Also, guys, I went ahead and over the long rest, Marty would have taken the plucked the arcane crystals from her vest and would have put them back into her walkie-talkies and says, I got the sending stones back, so if anyone would like to hold on to one of them, that might be helpful for team communication.
Owen,
Da?
if you'll use them.
Use what?
A sending stone.
What is that?
We would use it to communicate from far away, essentially.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, here. Marty will hand one of the weirdest looking sending stones you could possibly ever have seen.
Is this paint?
Hmm?
Is this paint?
No, it's you like click the button on the side, and then
Da.
you talk into it, then you release the button. You can't, and if you're like you want a reply, you can't hold down the button, and it really only has. And she'll like go through the laundry list of how to use the
A walkie-talkie.
Click hello. Can you hear me? What? No.
You hear the sending stone from Marty's pocket go, hello, 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 as the sound echoes back through the open channel.
Yes! I created a feedback loop.
Really, you're only really supposed to use it once
Thank you, Jason.
in emergencies, because it really only has like one charge a day, and you kind of just used it.
Oh. I can only use once?
Yeah, once a day. It's it'll be good for like if we need it, basically.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll put it into one of his pockets in his vest.
Nice.
It is at this point that Rhea comes down the stairs very slowly. She looks pretty tired.
Oh, maybe.
Are you okay, Rhea?
Yes, I'm fine. Just waking up.
When did
Make
you
an
turn
insight
in?
check.
When did you come in? Did it?
21.
Yeah, she didn't sleep.
Okay.
Rhea will sort of nod and say, yes.
Well, 2 hours isn't long enough of a sleep at all, so I'm unsurprised. You look very tired.
Rhea, I am so glad to see you. Now, you remember that little teapot and some of that other stuff that I went up and got you?
Yes, it's packed, ready for the journey. My journey.
So perfect. You're not. Where are you going again?
I'm going with Jeno back to Candlekeep.
Our journey.
Our journey.
Now, baby, I went up and got you those things from right here at this shop, and I feel like if you ain't got a traveling teapot thing, surely there's some other things that you're up and lacking. And you know what? I recently came into somewhat of a major fortune myself. So it would make me happy. I assume that you come from a place respecting your elders. Is that a thing?
It depends on the elders.
Well, okay, what about me?
I think that you're okay.
Delightful! You know, zero's better than the negatives. Now, what I would like you to do for me, go up ahead and get yourself the things that you're going to need for your travel and the rest of your life, okay? Do not fight me on this. I do not have the time to have you be like, can I get the hempen rope? Get the fucking rope, okay?
She will nod and will go up to Rilsa and rattle off a list of fairly pedestrian sounding like adventuring gear, and then we'll say, and can you just deliver it to the refugee camp? The other Hell Riders, they broke their equipment to make sure that I was fully equipped.
Absolutely. Rilsa, go up on ahead and bump it up. If you got nicer stuff, go ahead. Yeah. Okay,
She'll nod.
So we've got that covered, and you know what? Rilsa, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to go into my boob money for this. Is this gonna bother you?
Rilsa will shake her head no.
Okay, great. Nobody look.
Rosa, I do have a question. Another question. An interest, if you will.
Sure.
Do you have a bladed fan here at all?
A bladed fan? Like a war fan?
Yes.
I've had them in stock before. It's been a while since I've dug through that cabinet. Give me a few moments. I'll take a look. Might be expensive though. And she'll turn around and walk towards her safe.
Baby, while you're out in the back, can you check for a pair of nice leather calf boots? They're gonna be about a size. She's gonna swing her, like, make a full body motion and look at Olin. And then she's gonna turn to Silk, because, baby, what size feet do you think he's got?
Olin walks away to go to the bathroom.
Left.
Orlin, I'd say he seems like a size 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Olin, what size feet you got?
Orlin's
God damn, he just left.
He just left.
Oh my god, I'm going blind too. Shadow baby, what size feet you got?
At this point, Rilsa will say from the safe, "You know I'm not a cobbler, right?"
Well, yeah, but I'm sure you got some nice leather boots back there. If you got fans and rope and, you know.
She'll say, "I'm a pawn shop, not a cobbler."
People pawn clothes.
At which point she will materialize a what looks to be a black lacquered case with a tassel sort of coming off the top of it, and she'll flick the tassel to the side and sort of draw out the contents of the black lacquer case, and there you will see what looks to be a fan folded. Its tassel is a little worn. She'll slap it back into the case, turn around, and will place it on the counter.
Thank you very much.
That will be 60 gold pieces.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby.
It's a wind fan. It's a war implement from Korator. With the
I'm back. Sorry.
with the correct flourish, it can cast more wind than one might expect.
What is
I
this?
require it so fucking bad.
TLDR, what is it?
How much gold do we have?
Like,
Actually.
Didn't we steal 9 chests worth of fucking, like, coins?
everyone has 1,200 gold.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
And I will also say you guys are standing in a magical pawn shop, but also remember where you may be going next.
Night, Dad.
Night, Dad.
Night, Dad.
Yeah, but we can't meta that, Jason. God.
Also, I do just...
Let us spend like idiots.
It's a really fucking cool wind fan.
Just gonna burn up instantly.
Hendrik had one of those. They're very fun. But how much gold did Fish say we all had?
It's like 1,200. It's a lot. Like monetarily, it's a phenomenal amount of money.
Then I think for the primary splurge, Silkas would get it.
All right.
Okay. You know what? That's fine.
And you said we each had 1,200 goldfish?
Yes.
Rilsa will look at you and say, do you want it wrapped or...
Oh, no, I don't need it wrapped. While I'm gonna say that Jeremina was distracted pestering Olin about his shoe size, and so Silkas will have paid for the fan and gotten it very quietly.
What are you doing?
As you pick it up, you note that the rear side that Rilsa had kind of been holding towards her has a belt clip, so it is something that you can wear on the exterior of your adventuring gear if you choose.
Fuck yeah. Even if it dies, it's $6.
So anyways, it is the uncommon item Wind Fan.
Oh, actually, that raises a good point. You would happen to have, like, any kind of crossbow? Like, maybe a more powerful variety than... Something maybe a little bit bigger than, I guess a heavy crossbow is what I'm looking for.
Baby, you don't like my crossbow?
No, it's really good. It's good. I just don't want to mess with it. I've learned this really cool trick in college for making a crossbow that doesn't like require like ammunition, and I think it might be kind of nice. I don't want to mess up yours because this is like it has like
yeah. Why would I give you anything I didn't want you to make? It's a crossbow. What am I supposed? You don't like it?
It's also kind of small. I don't move around that much. I can handle a bigger one.
Rilsa will materialize a heavy crossbow from underneath the counter.
Marty will take it and sort of like, oh god, oh, okay, yeah, that's heavier than I thought. Like, how big? How like tall is this crossbow?
Pretty big. I would say that it is at least 3.5 feet tall.
It's almost as tall as Marty.
Yeah,
So
Marty was 4'2", so
yeah. Heavy crossbows are no joke. They are large warfighting implements.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, she'll sort of like tilt it up next to her and sort of like look at it. It's like, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's also a lot easier to work on larger implements because then you don't have to be so precise with the runes and stuff. But I like yours a lot, Jeremy, and I promise I'll keep using it. I can't carry this around with me everywhere.
Okay, I'm satisfied.
Rilsa will say 15 gold pieces.
15 gold pieces.
Oh, nope. Already counted it out. 15. Right here. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else?
Baby, I'm so glad you asked. But I'm about to make your day, Rilsa. Where is it? It's not in my... Where did I put my fucking purse? I took it out of the bag a whole...
It's on the counter.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh god.
So it was 60 gold for the wind fan.
Silk has already paid for that using his money.
Oh, damn, okay.
I got you a list, baby. Here's a list of my things.
Oh my god.
She'll take it.
That is about 800 gold's worth of things.
She'll look at it. What is on this list?
Oh. Please post it. Please post it.
I know you made the list.
We all know you made the list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, where is it? Where's my...
Oh, do we have to type this out?
Oh, it's on paper. I don't have my notebook with me, but just off the... Wait. Okay.
Alright, hold on.
It is.
Let me get ready.
I don't have it fully out yet. I'm so sorry to be disappointing. But here...
I'm ready.
Where is it?
I'm
it's
ready
shadow.
to write this down.
I'm about to put it in campaign stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Abacus. 4 blankets. A block and tackle. Crampons. 4. Crowbar. Merchant's scales. Tent. 2. 2 of them. Steel mirror. Saffron.
A what?
What was that?
Saffron.
Saffron.
Oh,
Okay.
saffron.
A book collection, so about 8. I have to get with you on pricing for this because I think the books on the DM's guide are like spell books, but these are like, well, I mean, it's in every single published Yennefer Rosemary book. There's one thing, but I wrote it very bad. Nestle pot. 4. And then a healer's kit. But that is what we have so far, and it is only priced at about 68 gold pieces. So there.
Okay, if it's all non-magical stuff and it's all in the equipment section of the,
Yes.
then yeah, just mark it off, and she'll basically say it will take me a little time to drum all of this up, but I know where to get most of it. So. And finder's fees on the house, given everything that's gone on.
No, baby, I'll pay the finder's fees. How much is it?
She'll wave you off.
No, I'm paying it.
No.
It's like your whole inventory.
It's not my whole inventory. I'm going to go around and get it from other people, and then the money is going to go to other people. We're stimulating the local economy. You're fine.
I don't know what that is. Is that so? Because I don't know what that means.
What do you mean? Stimulating the local economy?
I don't know what that is.
So, essentially, and then Silkes explains the concept.
Thank you.
Concept that explains the concept of microeconomics. All right, cool.
But wait, so the economy ain't just the big thing, it's also little things?
Yes, like Little Kalimshan would not be surviving if it didn't have a steady flow of income from not only Baldur's Gate, but also from within itself.
But I thought economics was just like the world, like nations.
Oh no, economics can go even so much. Even Rilsa in her own right, as an economist, as it were.
Also, by the way, Jeremy, I do own a crowbar if you would like to borrow it.
Oh no, baby, I wanted my own. I'm totally gonna break that fucking thing as soon as I can. I used to go through crowbars like once you get. Wait, so macroeconomics
Is cities and nations.
Wow! Oh my god, this is almost as cool as hydroelectricity. I learned so much. Really so.
Forgot about her whole thing with the hydroelectric.
Jason, are there any knives?
Are there any cool knives for all?
Yeah, because he's not listening to this at all.
She does have a wide array of knives, yes.
Okay.
Olin only has the barest concept of money and he thinks it's gross.
He doesn't have any money.
See, now that's gross.
He's given all of his money to Jeremina because he said he didn't care for it.
I do have 2,000.
Literally in my pack right now on fucking D&D Beyond it says 5 gold. And I know he spent 5 gold somewhere because it was 10 at some point. It was probably the drinks. Yeah, so he's just gonna look at and see I guess the ones that are marked magical and just try to understand what they are.
Okay. She has a wide array of +1 daggers, or they look a bit sharper than their non-magical compatriots, as it were, in varying motifs. Things from sort of floral designs to birds to all different sorts of motifs. I think that probably the most interesting motif there would be one with a hilt that was very clearly modeled to look like a stone outcropping.
Is there one with a raven?
There is one that is bird-like. It doesn't feature any sort of beak or shape. It's mostly just feathered, to include its pommel and crossguard.
Olin will try to get the attention.
She'll see you looking at the case and turn.
How much for this one?
She'll I can do 60 gold pieces on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that, baby.
Are you sure?
Yeah, get Olin whatever he looks at too long, okay? He won't get anything for himself. I want to make sure he walks up with some... Jetto, baby, get yourself something. Yeah, Olin. 60 gold, that's nothing.
Jetto's just gonna shake his head. No, I'm good.
These guys are fucking chumps.
Jetto is going to walk towards you, and then will lean down and make sure he shields his mouth from Rilsa, and will say, "If I'm going to spend that amount of gold, I'd prefer to do it in hand with you."
Oh.
Is everything okay over there?
At which point he will step away and begin to talk with Rhea.
I can only talk. Yeah, totally Olin.
Alright, so +1 dagger.
Yep, just a +1 dagger. Mm-hmm. It does the stabby stab a little bit better than your other stabby stab.
Which is fine.
Increase stabaliciousness.
Increase the stabbing.
Increase the stab. I wonder if that's a really pretty dagger. Do you think I should be able to get patching? I could use a new pocket knife. Mine's sort of.
Well, I've got my dagger.
Shit.
I just need it to be fixed.
I'm already at a +8 to hit.
God damn.
Is there any kind of like smaller +1 dagger? Like almost like sort of fancy pocket knife kind of situation almost?
No, most of them are fighting knives.
Do any of them look smaller? Like something that Marty looking to sort of like match the group.
Looking over the case, you do see one that is advertised as an ornamental toothpick, that is about half the size of the other daggers. You're not actually sure if it's sharp, but it meets the qualifications that you're talking about.
Awesome. Yeah, Mario will uh point at that one and say like, "Can I get that one?"
Rilsa will nod, and once again, she'll double check it, and we'll say, "Okay, it's magic," and we'll say 45 gold on this one. It's not
Sure.
really that substantial.
That's
Already
fine.
counted out, baby.
All right.
Okay.
25 gold.
Go ahead and add a +1 dart to your inventory.
Love it. That's amazing.
And if what you're saying is true, Fish, and you have taken all of Olin's money, you're currently at 1480.
Nice.
Oh yeah, no, Olin doesn't have any money for himself. Literally.
All right. With that, you all will hear Jetto and Rhea's conversation sort of rise, and Rhea will say, "Yes, I can go pick up the cart. We can get underway. They are coming with us. Should we?" And Jetto will turn around. "Do you all have any business that you need to wrap up here in town?"
I'd like to quick
No.
talk with my boss, just to let him know I'm taking a little bit of a vacation, but aside from that,
Okay.
I have to go inform the bailiff of the wild that I need someone to watch my stall, and then I have to go tell my lawyer to start. I gotta go change the forwarding address for all the mail, and then I also I got it. Most of it I can take care of it by myself. We don't need to wait up on little old me. I can run fast.
Should we just meet back here if you all are coming with?
Yes, I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want anyone to go with you, Jeremina?
I'll be running by that way to get to Gimble and Sons.
Sounds good. We'll.
So you and Marty, or did you want me to come as well?
Baby, you can come with if you'd like.
We have the sending stones now, so it'll be easier to keep track of everyone.
Well, someone
Once.
Oh, yeah, right.
still kind of buzzed for the day.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alright.
Damn.
Yeah, that's true.
You just
That
said
was hilarious.
You said you could
He
just talk
spent
to
it using.
people.
He spent it creating a feedback loop, which is very Olin, to be fair.
Oh yeah, fits very well.
All right.
I think Jeremina and Marty are going to go back. Unless you have a scene in mind, the most that Jeremina does is tell her lawyers that the new address will be. I think she's already. She picks like the ritziest hotel in near Candlekeep, and is like, I'm gonna be staying there, so just forward on the mail to there. She goes and informs the bailiff of the ward that she's gonna be gone, month maximum.
Okay. The bailiff of the wide will provide you with 5 gold pieces of sold goods.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Gotta love that passive income, dog.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow. Oh shit, I gotta actually work on these outfits. Look. That's fine. Thank you so much, baby. Yeah. And then I think she goes to the 3 old kegs and she lets them know that they're gonna be out, but again, a month maximum. mail us at this address, and she tells them to expect a package.
Okay.
And I think that's about it.
Okay. Marty,
Yep,
what did you have in mind for Gimbal and Sons?
So she would just go in and basically say, like, "Hey, I just want to, let you know that I'm sorry it's not a 2 week notice. I know, but I after all everything that happened, I just kind of want to take a quick break, and Mom's letting me kind of have a little bit more free reign, so I'm gonna join my friends over down at Candlekeep."
Oh, Candlekeep. That's so exciting.
Right? I hope we get in. I'm fingers crossed.
Oh, well, you keep in mind you have to bring something they've never seen before. Something they
Yes.
can add to the archive.
Which, speaking of, I found some runes for some sort of that's what I'm bringing. But I found this puzzle cube, infernal puzzle cube. Look at this, and she'll show it to
Oh,
him.
oh my goodness. He will pick it up and sort of look at it, and he'll say, fascinating.
Right? It's beautiful, in a kind of infernal kind of way, but
In a very upsetting, very macabre kind of way, but my goodness. And he'll turn it over in his hand and eventually extend it back.
she'll take it and sort of futz with it again, and then put it away.
But no worries. Take all the time you need and know that if after your month you come back, you'll always have a home here.
Marty smiles big and brightly, and will sort of just quick kind of come behind the counter and give Mr. Gimble a hug.
Mr. Gimbal will return said hug, getting up on his toes to do so, because he is, at the end of the day, shorter than you, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yep. So that'll basically be everything for
Okay.
Marty.
Fair enough. Anybody else have anything before we depart Baldur's Gate?
The only thing I think is Silkez goes and gets the spell book thingy. And then that's it.
Oh, the spellbook that you were having Rasmuth review?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's right. Okay.
You knock on the door, and his assistant answers. Hello.
Oh, right.
Can I be of assistance to you?
So, Rasmuth was overlooking this spell book, and he holds it up. He discovered some interesting things, but he wasn't able to tell us because we were in a rush. Could you let him know to contact me?
Most certainly. Let me just go grab a quill. At which point he will turn and slowly walk off. Some time will elapse, and then he will slowly return. Where would be a good forwarding address for you?
Silkez will take a moment because he didn't confer, but if Mina mentioned going to like the most ritzy place in Candlekeep, he would say, "You can send it to this hotel in Candlekeep or the library itself."
Ah, Candlekeep. My master knows it well.
I figured that they might. By the way, what's your name? What is your name?
Rayanne Turquoise Shell.
That's the first time I saw Jason have an aneurysm. That's literally the first time I've ever seen you have an aneurysm with a fucking NPC
Well, I'm like,
name.
I was like, okay, I came up with like an elven name in my head. I'm like, this dude's a turtle. Like, I don't fucking know. Whatever.
I was good. I was just one of those. It was like,
Yeah.
I never saw you stutter with a name before.
I tried my best not to, but sometimes I'm just like,
it was good.
What you really got to do is you got to know which characters players are going to ask about, and I suppose the turtle that speaks hilariously slowly should have been a red flag that I should have had a name for. Anyways,
that information is passed on.
okay, fair enough. He'll dry the ink to the best of his ability, and then clap the book shut, and then, with a very odd amount of speed, shut the door in your face.
Okay. Back to Little Kalimshan. Because the tower is right next to the wide,
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that Jeremina and Silkes would run into each other and then walk back.
And then this motherfucker comes up to me and he wants 7 toddler dresses. Silkes, go over here. So I got
What?
my list of custom orders, right? This motherfucker
Yes.
wants 7 toddler dresses.
Each one unique. An hour ago.
And didn't even
Where-
supply
he
like any
thinks
kind of like
the-
measurements too. Like I don't know.
Right. Wait, he thinks all toddlers look the same.
My reaction exactly.
He was just like, imagine a toddler. Now make a dress.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Did he pay in advance? Like, because I would get a refund. I would just send him a refund. Like no.
Oh, no, I can do it. I just went up to the store and got a bunch of these. They're called monstrosities.
Mannequins?
No. It's like a. She reaches into her bag and she pulls out like a bottled drink.
Oh yes. Oh gosh. Monstrosities. I have drunk my
Ah.
fair share of those.
Hold on.
Fish, take inspiration.
Listen, they're
Oh, damn it.
they,
Good job, Fish.
potions, they do their job.
GG!
It's not worth it.
I thought that was going a different direction when she said monstrosity. I was like, wait, what?
Well, I was waiting for it to be like, oh, I bought these miniature monstrosities, like they were gonna be like Beanie Babies, and I was like, oh, that's cute. But no, it went a totally different direction, which is fantastic.
Much better direction.
Aren't
Very-
those bad for your heart?
Mhm. I mean, they're better than
Oh, God.
Oh,
5-hour energies, but
DM breaking the fourth wall. Ah, come on, they're just as bad for your heart as health potions. It's fine.
that's all fine. That's all a health potion is. It's just a 5-hour energy.
I do not think anything can be worse for this little shriveled thing somewhere behind this. So I'm good.
Okay.
Right.
Just be careful. I also think they taste disgusting, personally.
Oh, that's fine. My sense of taste. They do not tell you. 2 kids. Everything tastes like sour gummy worms.
What?
Yeah. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sometimes I get compelled by this demon inside of me to just fuck with people. I'm sorry, babies. I'm sorry.
That'd be quite disturbing.
Right?
Yeah.
It would be fucked up.
But
We make our way back.
All right, you make your way back to Little
Wait,
Kalimshan.
What did you say, Fish?
Did you leave Olin unsupervised? Where's Olin?
Olin's with Jeddo and Rhea.
that's
Oh,
no better than leaving him alone.
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry.
Carry on. It's the session where you know for a fact I'm not going to torment you with otherworldly hellish shit. Have fun.
This is our beach episode.
It's not. That's coming. But Well, it's not a beach episode. It's a formal event at Candlelight. A little teaser there.
No, I want to stop by the River Styx, and I want to have
No one is going to stop you. I want that to be totally clear. It's what happens afterwards. This is another thing entirely. Okay. So you all make your way back to Little Kalimshan, and outside the gate, you see a well-stocked cart being pulled by 2 draft horses with 2 other horses bearing saddles alongside. Standing there is Rhea and Jetto, who appear to be inventorying some things that they're placing inside the cart. Olin, what are you doing?
Olin, I guess, would try to help where he can, just because he's not a person to sit there and let them do the work by themselves. So he'd probably be helping them.
Okay. They're sort of standing towards the end of the cart, so they would have encouraged you to be up in the cart and would have be passing things up to you as they're inventorying them.
Yep. And he'd start stacking them the best he can.
Fair enough.
Oh, are you guys preparing?
Yes. Trip to Candlekeep is 4 days, so we're just making sure that we're all good on rations and have all the necessary things that we need to get there.
Baby Rhea, are you going back to the village with the other Hell Riders?
I mean, I have already gone back and said my goodbyes, if that's what you're asking.
Damn, I owe someone over in the village a bunch of money and I just got paid. I was just gonna ask if you could take the 5 gold and go put it back to the village, but that's fine.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay. Who's riding the horses?
Who knows how to ride?
I am not riding a horse.
I rode a pony, like a house.
Jason?
Yes.
I forget, because I don't remember if I put them in my game. Are there horses in Barovia?
I mean, there's at least one.
There's at least one, huh?
There's at least one horse.
There are
But he's being
horses.
borrowed.
I know because there were horses because Kerba had to eat, and so Hendrik would buy lame horses.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
So there isn't horses anymore.
But there were horses at one point.
I remember that text.
Which technically speaking, Olin would predate Kerba being in Barovia, so
which Groundhog's Day rollback. So I Olin will, I guess, since nobody's really jumping to him, be like, I could give it a try, I guess.
Okay. Does anyone know how to drive a cart? Jetto will say.
I know how to drive a cart.
That's
You do?
vehicles proficiency, right?
Yeah, it's vehicle
Yep.
proficiency.
Land vehicles.
Oh, this would have been so fucking cool.
Did you say that you did know how to Silkus?
Not proficiently, but I have driven a cart before.
Jetto will look at Silkez and say, "You can be my second then. I do know how to."
Jermina's gonna look at Jetto and say, 1 second. And then she's gonna turn to Silka's,
Oh my god.
undercommon. Forsooth. Pretty, Silkez. Pretty.
I forgot about this.
I did too.
Just an instant more.
Can't.
I'll never press on you again.
Do you know how to drive a cart at all, Jeremina?
prithee. Crash course.
Well then, how about... because I do have to trance at some point. You can sit next to him and ask him how to drive the cart.
My lord, you have thrust upon this soul.
I think it would just be hilarious if Jetto knew Undercommon and was just hearing everything that was happening.
I will say this: he is a librarian. He knows 6 languages. Which those 6 languages are? Use your imagination.
Poor fucking Jeremina.
My lord, thank you. 1,000 blessings.
I'm going to have to teach you informal terms of endearment.
You must certainly are my liege. Alright.
Owen's gonna go to the horse and start talking to it, just falling into a rhythm, like the same kind of like when he fights.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing where he just like his brain shuts off and he just starts talking to the horse like he's used to over and over again.
Make an animal handling check with advantage.
I believe in you, Olin.
I hope so.
I also desperately want this to see Rasmus this time.
I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2 and an 8.
God damn!
So I only got a 9.
I'm giving mine
You don't have one.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
I
monstrosities.
Oh, that's
I
right, you
just
did.
gave it to you.
I feel so bad. Are you sure?
What am I gonna...
Alright.
You
New
just want a horse.
dice.
Nope. Still 9. I rolled 3
God.
load. I rolled a 2, a 4, and an 8.
Oh damn. So you
I used all my
approach
powers
the
last
horse,
game.
and it seems a bit skittish around you, and you look over to the other saddled horse, and Rhea is kind of taking the same approach and talking to it, and she'll look over to you and say, "Have you ever ridden before?"
I think so.
You... Horse seems a little unsure.
I feel like I know what I've done before, but the problem is it's not something I know normally, if that makes sense.
Rhea will let go of the reins of the horse that she had approached and walk over to the horse that you're sort of talking with and say, "The horses here and around Elturel, Eltergard, they're cagey. Many of them untrained, except for those in the service of the Hell Riders. I would suggest this," and she'll sort of futz with her pouch and will, over the back of the horse, extend a really long, juicy-looking carrot.
He'll take it and go, the best bribe.
I don't know about the best, but it works. Hopefully it will.
Yeah,
And,
hope so too.
She'll sort of step back away, giving the horse a reassuring pat as she does so, and reapproach the horse that she's intending to mount.
Olin will extend the carrot towards the horse, and at the same time have his other hand visible, and slowly go forward.
It throws you a side eye look it's not sure, but then as the carrot appears, it's like...
That sounds like a horse.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears to be reluctantly friendly at this moment.
He'll just stand next to it and let it keep eating the entire carrot and just keep petting its neck and its mane.
Okay. You do so. And with that, yes.
And so, Jadu, I'll be helping you with the the carriage. You know, when Silk is just like trancing or doing other stuff, but like you're gonna have to tell me like how to help. You know, just.
He'll look at you and say, oh, well, we're traveling at a casual pace. We should be making camp the first night. Then the second night we should be staying at, and he'll rack his arm. Rack his arm. He's got 4 of them, but it's his brain.
All of them.
Yeah. He'll tap on his head. The Friendly Arm Tavern, and then we'll make camp again for a third night. And then the fourth night we should be at Candlekeep. Depends on weather. It's usually 4 to 5 nights.
Oh, I didn't realize we were making camp consistently anyway.
Mm.
Silkez will just a moment, Jedi.
Take your time. Gotta.
He will pull Mina to the side and he'll be like, Mina, you are going to have to figure out how to make time for him. If you want it, you have to go get it.
Well, I'm not gonna cramp in on your. I don't want to pick you. I don't want to be mean to you.
We're making camp at 3 separate places, and then we will be in Candlekeep. There are several chances for you to do whatever it is you want to do.
Or who?
But I can't see into the future. Thank you, baby. I love you. Alright.
Alright.
Never let anybody tell you that you've never done anything for somebody else. You have been exceedingly patient. Also, did you see Olin with that little horsey?
Oh, then it was very sweet with the horse, yes.
Yeah, he's being cute with it right now. Look.
I know, he's feeding it a carrot.
Oh, he's so cute. Do you think I should get... I'll figure out the name of the horsey. And then I'll get, like, Olin, like, a little, like, you know, like, a
little name tag for the horse?
Yeah, oh my god.
Alright, we got to go. We have to go.
We gotta go.
Alright. And with that, everyone mounts up into the traveling caravan to travel southward for 120 miles across the 4 or 5 days that it will take to get to Candlekeep. And that is where we will take a quick break before we get into some travel montage goodness, and hopefully before the end of the session arrive at Candlekeep so we can begin Act 2 next time on Dragon Ball Z. So with that, we will be right back.
Hi.
Wow.
Hey.
We're just two hotties staring at each other. I hope you're having a great Sunday.
Wow, that was Fish's post-break intro. And, now it's just me and you staring at each other. And we really just have to make terms with what that means in the grand scheme of this cosmic game. Okay, and anyways, we are playing Descent into Avernus. Our heroes have just kicked off from the titular Baldur's Gate, heading towards Candlekeep. Candlekeep being the grand library fortress of the Sword Coast. With them, they are bringing along Jetto, a master assassin turned librarian who still does killing on the side, and Rhea, a member of the Hell Riders, a group of military. Yeah, a military force of Elturel, a city that has seemingly disappeared and was prepared. Yeah, you know, Elturel's gone. Who knows why?
They go.
Who's
So
to say?
Who's to say?
you are all now traveling. The road before you is well worn. It is a road that is very clearly traveled. Over the course of your travels for the first day, you pass a number of other travelers, easily 4 to 5 other wagons or caravans going towards Baldur's Gate. On your right, there is a large emerald green wood that sort of rises up. It's still at a distance now, but it is a area known as the Cloakwood. Um, it is shrouded in a bit of mystery, but is far enough away that it does not pose a threat to you. Can somebody roll me a d10?
Got
Dibs.
it. Oh, yep. Mars did dibs. I can't beat that.
That's gonna be a 10.
Nice.
All right, fair enough. You all make excellent headway today and get further than is expected. There are not any major complications, and you find a excellent place to camp. The place you find is a large set of stones, sort of that you can place the wagon and horses against, that serve as a natural barrier from one side, making this camp very easily defendable. Rhea will begin to build a fire, and that will conclude your first day of travel. Yes, Fish?
Baby, why are you making that fire?
Sorry.
Because that is what you do in camp. What is it that we are going to sit around, tell stories?
I am right here. Let me make the fire. That is all I do.
Do you not need accelerant, fuel? She'll point at the wood she stacked up.
Well, yeah, but like I can do that. I can make the fire.
Then light the fire.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about making the fire. You know, like the wood and the accelerant.
Well, for our third night, you can make the fire. And I will abstain.
Okay. Anyways. And she'll light the fire.
The fire is lit, fam.
Thank you,
Uh,
Ray.
it's not a problem. She will sit down and look at the fire for a second and say, "Do you all have any traditions that you do around a fire?"
Well,
Have we been around fire before?
goodness. And in general,
Yeah, I think
like,
she's asking on more like a personal level, not as a group.
so when I used to live in the Underdark, instead of the traditional blue fire you see absolutely everywhere, my father would put together a red fire, and we would fix dinner and lay out everything around on the floor and just eat. We didn't really tell a lot of stories. There's not a lot of friendly mythos in the Underdark.
That is what I've heard.
We'd, depending on how long we traveled, back with me and my husband, I used to be in charge of he would call it the morality. I'd be in charge of keeping the morality up. The
Yes, morale.
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 Thank you, baby.
Yes.
And so
Morality is a bit different.
what I do is one of the things I did is every night I would, I'd pick a theme, and that's what all of our stories or jokes would be about. I'd read from a book, or I'm not very good of a storyteller, but when pressed, I'm at least entertaining. What about you, Marty?
Oh, I don't think I've ever been around a campfire before.
Not
you
even a
gonna-
fireplace?
Well, I mean, a fireplace, but, well, I feel like it's kind of typically, I guess, well, if we're thinking, as my family didn't really go camping any, but if we're talking like fireplace, I mean, typically we would have a nice drink, something warm, and uh, Dad would sometimes tell stories, but I haven't really heard any of those since you know, I typically visit him in the summer, and that's hot up in Neverwinter. But typically Mom would, uh, I would sit in her lap, and she would read from a chapter book. It was nice. I would make s'mores. That was great. I can make. No, I don't have any marshmallow. Damn.
What is this? Mina, what is a small?
A what?
A small.
A Oh my god, baby! What a s'more, Marty.
What? What?
S'mores, third night,
Yeah, of course.
What is a
We'll have to figure
small?
out where to.
baby. Oh,
You've never had s'more?
well, no. So, oh my god, Olin, do you know what a s'more is?
No,
Oh my god. We are amongst heathens. We must.
I don't have memory. Remember?
Oh,
Well,
right.
I don't think.
The underrated line.
Well, do you think Barovia ever had whatever small is?
I don't know. I
Well,
don't
if it had a
remember.
marshy area, I mean, well, the important thing is like having like a marshy area, where you can get like mallow from, and from there you can,
I don't know what
you
you're
know,
talking about.
It's
form
all.
marshmallow.
I
It's
don't know.
a s'more. Sorry, you go.
no, uh, a s'more is basically a. Well, you have a marshmallow, which I'm not going to get into what a marshmallow is quite yet. But and then you have chocolate and a graham cracker, which were, and I'm not going to talk about the inventor. But basically you toast the marshmallow. Uh, then you put it on you put, and you have that. Then you have the graham cracker. You split in half. Then you put the piece of chocolate on the graham cracker. Then you put the marshmallow on top of that. And then you take the other graham cracker and sort of like hold it like that, and then you sort of just like squeeze it off the stick because you have the marshmallow on a stick so that way you don't get burned. And then you eat it. And it's delicious.
Question. Where did the fishing rod come from?
There was no fishing rod, there was a stick.
You didn't mean it went like this, and you said that. So that's
Oh,
fishing rod.
I think that was the stick. It
Yeah,
wasn't
you
a fishing
hold
rod.
it in two hands because you want to turn it. So it's easier to turn if you have two hands.
I am gonna say this though. I don't know where we're gonna find chocolate. Considering chocolate is currently blasted fuck.
Would also it not be very, very bitter? Like chocolate
the
is
sugar
very
from the
bitter.
marshmallow helps a lot with that. So it's a lot more of a like. And there's a confectioner in Baldur's Gate that's been doing milk chocolate, which is basically has like a little bit more cream and sugar in it than like true chocolate. I think it's fine, but like I prefer like regular chocolate.
Interesting.
Well, do you guys want to know where marshmallows come from?
I
Sure.
know, but please tell.
Do you guys know where glue comes from?
No.
Horses.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it comes from
Oh,
horses.
I don't even know.
Gelatin, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about those kinds. Yeah, that's also a way to get marshmallows.
But yeah, every time
Rhea gets very quiet.
Mhm.
But yeah, every marshmallow's got a dead little horsey in it.
So is every sort of kind of thing that has gelatin in it. So like your jam, well, that may have, but yeah, it's actually a very good use of resources. You know, don't waste any part of the horse.
Interesting.
I don't think
Jetto
that's...
steps out of the darkness and drops some firewood.
Oh, Jetto, I have a question that I wanted to ask you later.
Later, it's pretty late.
Also, Jeddah, do you know what a s'more is?
He works at Candlekeep, of course he knows what a fucking s'more is.
It's more what?
That is what I said. I thought you was saying you want some
Jeremy,
more.
we
You
have
know
our work
more?
cut
I
out for us.
feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah, he doesn't know what a s'more is either. See?
Is this just like a northern?
I don't
Catholic
have memory.
you're
Why
enough
do we
then?
do? Did we all forget that Olin does not remember anything of past?
Ironically,
We know
yes.
that, Owen, and we love you.
But it seems you forget.
Ironically, I did forego.
But I do. Do any of you guys have any stories that like for
No.
like I guess like around the campfire?
One story that my father did tell was he went to the surface before he ended up coming back, and he came back to basically do what he did before he died. And he met this Eladrin who is eternally stuck in winter mode. And I think it was more of a personal thing, but he made it seem very fictional, very like grandiose, of taking this ice cold Eladrin to a beach and very fairy tale-esque, them spending the day there, warming him up to, you know, being social, because apparently he was a recluse.
Your daddy fucked that old man.
Oh, he absolutely did. They still exchange. They.
Yes.
Fantastic.
What?
I don't feel comfortable anymore.
But he made it sound like a legend, and it was very fantastical because, my brother and I had
I
never
bet it was
left the
legendary.
Underdark.
I mean,
It was
parents have
it was
sex
Chemist's
lives.
legendary action because technically it was a dragon.
Oh damn. Uh,
Well,
it's like I mean, when you grow up, you kind of learn your parents' sex lives, and you try not to think about it. It's just a part of the.
Mark's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, apparently, Focus and Marty have another thing in common, which is knowing too much about their parents' sex lives.
not my babies.
Jeremina invested in soundproofing.
With the entire museum full of kids. Anyways.
I have to tell you guys about a little lost connection that I made with this half Goliath woman at some point. Not tonight. The mood's not there, but it's a really nice story.
That does sound
This
very
is
nice.
nice.
God. What about you? Jeddo, Rhea, do you have any stories?
You'll notice that Jetto inconspicuously has disappeared, given the content of the conversation. And Rhea will say, "Well, it is a Hellrider tradition to tell the story of the founding of the Hellriders around the campfire, and she'll sort of purse her lips and say, It's always the job of who's ever telling the story to give it the most gusto as possible." And she'll sort of look down at her feet and say, "I've never really had the chance to tell the story, and I haven't really prepared it." And
Rhea, you have as much gusto you have probably the most gusto out of any of us, except for Jeremina, but she's Jeremina.
she'll say, "Well, I would love to tell you all the story. Just give me a night or two to um, prepare my rendition of it."
Why don't... Yeah. Do you want me to tell a story tonight then? Or are we good to go to bed?
I'm good to sleep.
Unless you could always save it for tomorrow evening. There'll be a hearth, and Jeddah was saying it's a hunting lodge, so there may be a lot of eyes on us, but they may be taxidermy on the wall. Don't.
That sounds good then. I'll tell a story tomorrow.
Oh, actually, I think I could tell the story of how my father and my mother met. That's a story.
Alright, well,
Sorry,
sounds
but
like we
it's
got...
not very long. It's very long.
What's that, Billy?
Oh, no, I said that I have a story, but I'd rather hear about Silkas's.
Oh, no, I'm gonna tell that when we get to the lodge.
Oh, okay. Mine's kind of long, so maybe not.
Alright. Well, we'll have a travel back too, so...
Yeah, so no shortage.
Yeah, we'll do a double feature of stories tomorrow.
That'll be fun.
Right.
Jeremina will go around to her. She'll kiss Silkas on the forehead, kiss Marty on the forehead, and ruffle Owen's hair, and she'll pat Rhea's shoulder and say, "I'm going to bed with my 4 blankets, my 2 bed rolls, my tent, and the 8 pillows that I got.
Nice.
I am luxury." That being said, Rhea, baby, if you ever need anything, let me know. I got an extra tent. And Jetto, wherever you are, I got you a tent too. Or, I mean, you can have, I don't know, whatever. You can have something. And if anybody needs anything, I probably got it.
Mhm.
Including extra bedrolls.
And I'm actually going to go around and place some wire and my bell around, just, because we're on the road.
Sure thing.
And so she's going to go ahead and ritual cast alarm.
Okay, easy enough. Right. And with that, you all gain the benefits of a long rest and rise with the sun, as is very easy when traveling out and sleeping in the wilderness. The sun rises and you all awake naturally with it. The horses have all gotten a good night's sleep, and you are once again along the road. The road itself is once again busy with traffic. And it's very easy to see why the road itself is so secure. There's just a sheer number of travelers coming across this road. It would be very difficult for a group of highwaymen or vagabonds to really work this road with efficiency due to the sheer number or the sheer volume of traffic. It would be highly likely that if they did stop a cart, that eventually another one would come along and cause a problem for them. The day's travel is very smooth. You are once again flanked by the cloakwood on your right. Its emerald green trees sort of jostling in the breeze. That rhymed. I didn't mean it to. And you all eventually, due to how excellent a time you all made yesterday, arrive very early to the Friendly Arm Hunting Lodge. And the Friendly Arm Hunting Lodge, mm, um, it has a very friendly name, but its exterior look is not as such. It is a large, square, blocky building with a sort of Tudor style outbuilding. And as you approach, there is a very clear area to park your carts and lash up your horses. Lash and feed your horses. Always feed your horses. And with that, you have all arrived at the Friendly Arm Hunting Lodge alongside the Cloakwood.
Oh, this is so nice.
This is interesting.
Oh my god, this is
It's very pretty.
rustic.
It's the live, laugh, love sign that gives it away.
It has like a door sign that says "All welcome here" in very loopy text.
Yep.
Jetto
I'll
baby,
put
did you
those
go
out.
on ahead and get us rooms, or do we have to get rooms right now?
I can go ahead. I might be able to secure us a discount. I've worked with Bentley a number of times.
Bentley.
Awesome.
The proprietor, Bentley Mirrorshade.
Fantastic. I'll start getting our stuff unloaded while you run up and get that.
Jetta will dismount the carriage and walk through the sort of that Tudor style outbuilding, and presumably to go secure rooms.
Soraya,
Yes.
how long have you known Jetto?
Probably just a little bit longer than you all have known him.
We've known
So
him
what?
a
A
month.
month.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would say that I've probably known him about a week longer or so.
Oh my god. Okay, important question. I was kind of hoping that you'd known him a little longer, but that's fine, that's fine. Would you say that you're insightful? Do you think you got like a good insight on people? Think like you're a good people reader?
No, actually, I have a very hard time with that, if I'm honest.
Yes. Um, okay, wonderful. And y'all two never talked about anything personal?
We, I mean, personal in what way? I mean, he talked a little bit about his time in Candlekeep and his friends there. I talked a little bit about El Terrell and sort of my lost connections. But uh, is that what you mean?
Do you think he's got... I'm just gonna get straight to the point. I gotta stop doing all this pussyfooting. Olin?
Silkez has already picked up his stuff and gone inside to
Duh.
give Jeremy some space.
Olin? Can you keep an eye on the outhouse, and alert me if Jetto's coming out?
Okay.
Okay, great. Does he got like a girlfriend, boyfriend,
Olin
husband?
is standing right next to Jeremina, just staring at the outhouse.
I do not know. Those aren't the kind of conversations that we have.
Damn it. The fuck? I am alone in this world. Do you think he likes me?
I, I'm not necessarily the most proficient in this regard, but I would say that Jetto is a nice man, but he's also a very troubled man, and I would
That's...
consider that.
I cannot underemphasize. My ex-husband, also an assassin who was sent to kill his adopted family.
Did you ever think that he may be an ex for a reason then?
No, he's an ex. I mean, the him being an... I mean, I'm also deeply troubled. I mean, my parents abandoned me when I was like 8 and 13. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
well, I do not have parents. I was raised as a child soldier, and yet here I am not being like this.
What? Not being like what?
I don't know, whatever this is.
This? This?
No,
What?
no, not that. Like, your demeanor.
What's... Olin, has my... Why did Sarkaz go? Olin, has my demeanor changed?
What is demeanor?
Oh my god.
Silkez is inside the lodge.
Inside the lodge, the outbuilding, the Tudor-style outbuilding outside this sort of large square keep, like, it's very warm and sort of homey. Inside there are long tables, warm, crackling fires, which give off just the right amount of heat. If you had to guess, they're probably magical in some way. It's really more ambiance than anything. And on the opposite side of the hall is a area that functions both as a kitchen bar as well as a check-in desk. And Jetto is standing there and speaking to a man who is very clearly either a gnome or halfling and is standing on a stool filling out a large book to presumably get you all rooms.
Silkez will walk up, but he won't say anything. He'll just stand next to Jetto.
There is a brief exchange where he'll say, yes. So how many rooms is it then? And Jetto's like, don't know. And he'll do a count on his fingers and then say like 8 rooms.
8 rooms? Hold on. Yeah, that's probably best.
And Jetto will look at you, Silkas, and say we should probably bring like the grain and stuff inside for the horses. We don't want to leave it out in the carriage. Anyways, great doing business with you again, Bentley. It's been great. And he'll turn away, having already exchanged money.
Mm-hmm. Silkes will give Bentley a very polite smile. It's like, a pleasure.
Oh, yes, and keys. And he'll, like, extend them out, and they're, like, linked by, like, some up-close magic bullshit. And Jeddah
delightful.
will...
What, Jeddah? Not a fan of party tricks? And Silkes will hold his hands out for the keys.
At which time, Bentley will sort of swizzle his fingers together and then just drop a mess of keys into Silkes' hand.
Delightful. He will take one of the keys and hold it out to Jeddah.
He will take it.
Alright, either go get settled or you can help us bring things in.
I'll, go drop my stuff and then I'll start bringing in general supplies. And he'll head on up the stairs, at which point Bentley says, don't forget, communal dinner at 6:30 on the house.
Love this strange little man. Because we'll nod, thank you, and walk out. I've got the keys.
And that is why you, okay, first of all, my demeanor? What does that even mean? My demeanor?
This is what I'm talking about.
Silkes will turn right back around and go.
Does he see Jeddah?
No, he's still inside. He's just going up to where.
So only gives Silkes a look of save me by just the blank stare of like what the fuck.
Okay, Silkes opens the door, says, "I've got the keys." Sees Jeremina going off, sees Olin looking at him begging, and then Silkes will toss a key to Olin.
It's like,
We'll toss the key to Olin, turn around, and go right back inside.
I don't see Jeddah.
Oh, Olin, Silkes didn't give me my key. I'll go join him.
I would let a smarty in their sleep.
This is what I'm talking about. You're being very emotional. They say that I, as a young person, am more emotional. But okay, carry on.
Rhea, you're just traumatized.
Emotional.
Please, Jeddah. Please, Jeddah. Please, Jeddah.
Have you know I am the pinnacle?
And with that, we will skip forward to
Thank God.
the evening's dinner time festivities and sort of the warm hearths inside of that little outbuilding. All of your rooms are inside of that large stone square building that's attached to the warm hearth light. Every single room has taxidermy in.
God bless.
Okay.
And they all have unsettling eyes. And they all watch you as you move around the room. And it is very upsetting. Unless, for you, for some reason, it isn't. These heads mounted on the wall, watching you walk around the room. Anyways...
Unsettling in a different way. That's
Yes.
Unsettling for everybody else around you.
I thought it was for someone specific, and I was like, "Oh, who's getting some good juice?"
No, it's just really that the place has a vibe of like, does Bentley Mirrorshade hunt the most dangerous game? Like, is he like out in the Cloakwood, like chasing down humans that he has stolen from places? Like, you're not sure. It's very unsettling. Anyways, so
The eyes
food
are
is
just
pretty
a
good.
bit too real.
And not see any red flags.
No, Bentley serves a delicious stew. What kind of meat is in it? We just don't know.
Well, actually,
Mystery.
the food is great, and Bentley is actually very considerate of everybody's dietary restrictions. If you have dietary restrictions, he will tailor the menu to you, and he goes out of his way to do so. He's a very, very gracious host.
Please stand, Bentley.
And eventually, you all eat your meals, dispose of your plates, and are once again sitting around a fire. This time, in a structure protecting you from the elements, with your cart and horses tethered outside. And some of you had promised to tell stories this evening around the fire. And with that, you have the floor.
Silkius,
Hmm,
you
Yes.
might go first.
Not at all.
At this point, the argument between Rhea and Jeremina, gone. It's like never happened. I think at some point Jeremina has gone and passed everyone like 10 strips of cloth to fold over the eyes of the taxidermy.
Thank you.
And I think she, yeah. So she's gonna get up, and she's sort of walking in front of the fire, and I think she's in her pajamas, just like a, like a typical Christmas flannel kind of thing going on, with like a faded patterned tank top. And she's she's gonna take a minute, and she's gonna say, I am going to share a story about a little week-long encounter I had with a woman I have described previously as taller than trees. The most interesting person I've ever met, right? So, and when Jeremina tells a story, like, I think in this sort of, like, very domestic, low element, she, like, stands and, like, walks across the room. Like, she's a very in-depth whatever. And I think occasionally she enunciates moments with flashes and flares of magic, that kind of thing. And she'll say, now, so okay, her name is Hilgard Mulfair, right? She was a half Goliath. Mama was up from Cholt, and her daddy was a Goliath man from, I don't know. She didn't really fucking care, right? Yeah, we've all been there, I'm sure. I'm not gonna pry into people's daddy's issues yet. But anyways, she came up here with an adventuring group, and I was about 36. So I don't know, about 7 years ago, because Absalom was born pretty shortly after. That's fine. Irrelevant to the story. So she could do all sorts of voices. And there's this accent I particularly like. She'd be at the tavern where I was, and she'd tell stories. Loudest laugh I've ever seen. And she would kick out her legs. And at one point, I almost tripped over it. So she went and she just fucking lifted up the table and moved it. Except it's nailed to the floor. So the floorboards come on up. The guy comes out, starts cussing at her, and she's like, who are you to fucking talk to me like that? And then she grabbed, I have never seen this. She took his head like this, and then she held it at an arm's distance. And that guy, he got so fucking red in the face. He was 6'5". Nobody's ever done that to him. And so he just starts swinging, right? Except he's out of arm's reach. So I'm watching this 6'5" burly little guy going, I'm serious. Silkus, get up. Put your head right here, like that. So this guy, he just starts going like this. Now, I've seen him. I have seen him throw guys over his shoulders. I have seen him take on all kinds of fights. And Jaraxel was there, right? So, I mean, they got pretty fucking heated. And he's just red in the face, getting completely fucking just just swinging and shit. Anyways. Yeah, so I stole her Dale's accent from her, because it was the only one she could teach me in time. And I've never been able to do any other accent. And I've got a bunch of other fun stories. Great week. But yeah, there we go. That's the time I lost all respect in my bartender. Because the second someone was an inch taller than him, all out the window. Ego, respect, nobody could look him in the eye.
That's great. That's a very good story, Jeremina.
Oh, thank you, baby. Well, Suki's double feature.
Yes, tell us about your parents.
So, this is
Not about their sex life, please.
This isn't about their sex life. I promise. Besides, I wasn't even going to say that. Mina was the one that said it. And I had to corroborate. But the interesting thing about my mother and my father is that they met on 2 separate occasions, both of them when she was sent to kill him. The first time, before my father had gone above ground, he had begun to learn sciences, practice the sciences, and this is around the mid-dark where things start to get a little more dicey. And he was running a hospital and a revolutionary camp out of his home. Now, of course, everyone was doing the best that they could to protect him, but one matriarch found out who he was, and so sent my mother, who at the time was one of the best assassins that one could afford. She sneaks into his room, knife at the ready, and she climbs in through the window and he puts her in a chokehold. One thing you have to realize, my father, you think I'm tall? My father is 6'5".
Oh,
Was 6'5".
Ooh.
Sorry, Mina. I didn't want to get you excited.
I'm not gonna fuck her dad.
But he puts in a chokehold. Okay. He puts in a chokehold, and they end up fighting. The entire room is tossed about, and she eventually has him pinned, knife to his throat. And he looks up at her, and he says, "You know, I'm impressed. Nobody's ever gotten this far before." And he asks, "Would you like to try again?" Now, at this point, my mother is absolutely flabbergasted. She's never had a Mark ask her, "Do you want to try again?" But she was never one to turn down a challenge, so she leaves, makes up some hog-wild story about him not being able to be found, not being able to be beaten. She needs to try again. And then, pan out, 25 years later, the same thing happens. Scenario is slightly different. She breaks into his room. She doesn't have a knife out this time. She's got poison. And he sees her from his desk, and he pushes out a drink. He says, "I was wondering when I'd see you again." And about 6 months later, they were married.
Marty is just sort of like staring, like mouth open, just that can't be true. There's no way. Really?
To hear them tell it. My mother always said that she wasn't won over by his charm or his rugged looks. She was won over by his audacity.
mean, I would be too.
That's really sweet, Zocas. 25 years?
Yeah, he ended up going above ground, got a proper doctoring license and degree, and then went back to the Underdark to practice formally.
That's really sweet to remember someone for 25 years like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who you look like? Your mama? Your dad?
That's complicated.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
It's positively complicated.
Not going to read into that.
How is it complicated?
So, the Eladrin that my father met above ground, my mother and my father all remained in a very healthy polyamorous relationship.
So you could be a half dragon? Or no, sorry, not a half dragon. Eladrin, right? Different thing entirely. My goodness, I'm sorry.
Did anyone else have a story they wanted to share?
Mina, what are you thinking about?
Ghost stories that my grandmother told me from when she lived down in Gauntlgrim. And just stories in general.
Maybe that could be fun.
I don't remember. I only remember one of them off the top of my head. But it's not really a horror story. That's more of a life lesson one.
Could use a bit of life lessons right now.
I don't know what you're talking about, Rhea. My parents were in a very lovely, healthy relationship until their untimely demise.
I oftentimes feel very blessed that I don't have parents.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about mine too. I kind of wish that they just dropped me off and let the whole skipperdoodle go. You know what I mean?
What is a skipperdoodle?
You know, like the whole shabam bang wang.
I do not know what that means.
You know, like the business, the song and dance, the.
She wished they hadn't banged.
Well, no, they didn't. They didn't. That's kind of like the issue is they didn't. Unless you can. Oh my god! How many times do I gotta explain? Tiefling, deal with Zoriel to get out of the Underdark. My dad's gay.
But then
my parents made a deal with Zariel to get out of the Underdark, right? My mama was like, you can have my firstborn. But she's gay! And
So wait, Mina, are you technically a virgin birth?
Technically.
Jeremina Christ.
Where'd the other half come from? Because if you're like half your mom and then half whoever, then
Rhea is very confused and is doing a big head rub.
Zariel your mom? Like your biological?
Dumbass. That's what I said. And the cult little hideaway. Well, okay, technically.
I thought you were joking.
Baby, I never joke.
Your mother is the fucking queen of the first level of hell. Or
perhaps we should all we should all probably go to bed. We should take a breather. We should go to bed.
It's ball, so I mean, it's not that. You know what I mean?
Oh, true. I didn't think of that. Yeah, his dad really is ball, huh?
On a completely unrelated note, my parents were delightful. I'm very happy to have had my parents. I cannot relate to anything you guys are saying.
It's so nice for someone here in this group, an adventurer, to have such a healthy experience with their parents. How positively different.
Yeah, were you there for? No, you weren't there for the entire dinner with my mom. You're lucky.
I I think I should go to bed. I'm going to go to bed.
Poor Rhea.
Oh, baby.
Bye, baby. Sleep well.
Good night.
Good night. All right. Anything else you guys want to do this evening?
That poor girl.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, she reminds me. My husband has this little girl that he adopted while working, and you know, she's a little off kilter. She reminds me a lot of Rhea. I don't know. I should take Rhea to see a psychiatrist.
It's true, because whenever I hear Rhea say, oh, you know, for my age, it reminds me of me at her age, and I'm remembering the kinds of things I did at her age, and, child soldier.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, she said that, didn't she?
I'm a little happy she's self-aware enough for it. ... I see why El Terrell's in hell.
Well, we don't know where it is. We just know it's somewhere. But, I mean, could it? Let Debbie take some really powerful magic.
Well, they had a sphere hovering over it that was full of magic.
So, what is it like in the Arcana plane?
It could be like in like the Feywild. It could be like just somewhere else on Toril. It could be in the Shadowfell. There's a lot of places it could be.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Astral plane.
Little MILF hunter dude was being held by cultists, specifically Zariel cultists. So, you know, when they're Hell Riders, it feels a little narratively disappointing if they're in like.
Yeah, that's true. If it's at least not in the fire plane, I'll be very disappointed.
Right.
I mean, it's not like we're going to it though. It's like, I hope they figure it out though.
Yeah. I mean, it would really suck to like have to leave this, especially now that we're all at a point where we're entering our strides as fully realized people.
Yeah.
Except
and we've got like all this gold too.
Well, once we get to Candlekeep, maybe Olin will discover who, you know, where he can go to figure out who he is.
Yeah.
Maybe we can help Olin with that.
Well,
I mean, like, go on the whole journey.
Oh, well, yeah. No shit.
Fair,
I don't
fair.
mean the other planes, but like, I mean, if he needs to go into the plane of fire, I'd love to go into the plane of fire.
You wouldn't be able to kill anything, though. Would that be an issue?
I don't just kill with fire.
I kill with these guns.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I want to, travel a little bit more, but, I do kind of like my job at, doing clockwork stuff, but I think probably once we're done at Candlekeep, I'll probably head back. But I'd love to get all of you guys' letters, so.
I'd like that too. Pussy.
I have a job! I have, like, things I'm doing.
I have a job. Not like me and Silkez don't.
Can Olin, like, sneak out of there because it's getting weird and he wants to go to bed?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The night is winding down.
You have
Okay.
passive income, and Silkus says, I have no idea.
I run a
I've been using
winery.
I've been
Passive.
using vacation
Oh.
days.
What do you passive income?
Yeah, you just like left the shop all by itself, and you haven't really done anything with it.
Marty, to be fair, I get passive income because I run a winery. Everyone else does my work. I get money from it. Mina directly runs her business.
I design my outfits. I set up the cards. I've got a bunch of pre-made outfits. It is not passive income. I've got a bunch of custom orders that I gotta get done on.
Perfect timing to leave. I'm so happy.
Fair enough,
Mina's
you're
gonna have an
I
aneurysm
apologize.
before she leaves the lodge.
Silkus has passive income, and I, work in the. I've been using vacation days. This is sucks.
Quit your job. What's he gonna do? Find somebody else?
Yeah,
Like who?
like anyone else that like graduates from Strixhaven but doesn't get into High House of Wonders.
That wants to live in Baldur's Gate? Baldur's Gate, the cult place? We just had like 8 murders. They're all going somewhere else. Neverwinter, Gauntlgraham. Other cities that I'm sure exist.
You hear Bentley from across the bar. Yeah, but property value is real low.
Yeah, great for college students. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I just think you're irreplaceable, baby. But that's me.
Alright, well, I also am going to turn in.
Alright. I'll also head in. Speaking of, Mr. Bentley, is there any kind of forge nearby?
No, you're between 2 really good places for forges, Baldur's Gate and Candlekeep. But nothing here.
Okay. Alright. So, because when we get to Candlekeep, I'll fix your dagger up for you.
Yeah. Would you mind if we both went to see what kind of magical forges there were together?
Well, it's not really the forge that's magical, it's more,
The worker that knows how
yeah.
to work it, yes.
Well, I do.
I know. I also want to... I do want to see a professional. Not that you aren't a professional, but I want second opinions.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just a little... It's fine. Like, why? Like, how come? Is there something about it that, like, you're curious about?
I would go to you if I had anything mechanical in mind. If I needed to, say, if I had a crossbow and I needed help with it, I would come to you unequivocally. If there was something that had gears that needed to be engineered, I would come to you unequivocally because I trust your opinion on that. I have not, as of yet, seen you work with a magical weapon or smelting or anything in that field beyond EV3 putting together its arms and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to see you work with magical items and smelting in that form, in weaponry specifically, before I felt comfortable coming to you about it.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, Yeah, it has been a while since I've done forging, necessarily. When it comes to the actual magical enchantments, that's where I, am an expert in.
Mm-hmm. I understand. No, like, it's nothing against you, Marty. It's my comfort.
Of course. No problem. Marty will sort of shrug. It's like,
Mina's just-
is everything okay, Mina?
Yeah.
Well,
The book I just found is so interesting. It's also got a poly armor.
polyamorous.
Yeah. The book's also got that.
Have you not heard of a polyamorous relationship, Jeremy? No, sorry. That doesn't.
Baby, I lived up in Luskin.
That doesn't really.
Not very with it.
Most people kind of got into the whole polyamory thing is when the little orphans had a little angel boy, and then everyone was like, oh yeah, his mom was... and that's like closest.
I can't believe we're getting Cedrin slander in this chat.
It's fantastic. Please carry on.
Silkus is gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Jeremina is also going... Go on.
Oh, so will Marty. As long as you're good.
Jeremina is also going to go to bed, except she's going to go out and sleep with the horses. She is not going to sleep with taxidermy under a roof with her.
Okay. You see Bentley Mirrorshade leave for the evening and go out into the Cloakwood.
Marty does put a alarm spell around her bed.
Fair enough.
Just in case.
Fair enough. Anyways, the next morning, you all awaken inside the Friendly Arm Hunting Lodge, and breakfast is served. The food is good. You're all pretty sure it's venison.
Pretty sure. Gee, I wonder how Bentley and Jetto met.
And after you have all eaten, you saddle up to continue riding on towards Candlekeep. And once again, you are able to travel along this road, making very good time, and once again crossing a number of carriages going the opposite direction. It is also very clear how much this is a absolute highway, and how it would be very unwise to really take any sort of vagabond action on carriages on this road, just because of the sheer volume.
I'm wondering if there's going to be vagabond action at some point, honestly.
Anyways, you all reach camp for the night, and Rhea will look at Jeremina and will defer the campfire. The spot that has been picked out is very, very clear. It is still on the edge of some cloakwood trees. There's no natural rock formations as there was on the first night. But what is interesting is just on the horizon, you can see a very, very bright, just under the sort of natural skyline, you can see a very bright star just sort of floating there underneath where all the other stars are present. And the camp has been built, and how goes the fire, Jeremina?
The fire is spectacular. I think, you know what, someone, Sam, roll me a d10.
Oh, goodness.
Oh
God.
Sam was like, I was prepared for an RP session and literally nothing else.
Yeah, hold it. I have to go to... Dice. I have them. They exist. Here we go. All right. 5.
It is a perfectly average-sized bonfire. It's still on the bigger end. Jermina definitely got carried away. It is technically 2 layers. It is a whole thing. There's like a tunnel underneath that funnels air in from underneath, and it's like a whole thing. It is also technically not producing any smoke. She kind of went insane about it. And she has even procured long shaved sticks and is passing them out diligently like a captain passing out swords.
Marty will take hers, look it over, sort of like see how. It's like, this one has a little bit of a bow in it, doesn't it?
So, while we was traveling, I was lying. Every time I had to go stop to pee, I was actually harassing other carriages, and I got some supplies. I was not able to get any chocolate. Well, I did. I got a bar, but then I instantly ate it. I'm sorry. So we do only got graham crackers and marshmallows.
That is perfectly fine. I have never had either of those.
And I got something else. I got beers for all of us. Beer. Owen, I can cut yours with vodka.
Olin will take the Barovian wine out of his bag.
Alright. And then Soraya, that gives you 1. And Jetto.
Jetto!
He's now sitting at the
Oh my god.
fire.
You have to stop jumping out of places.
I walked out here. I sat down.
We have to put a
walked
bell
out,
on you.
We do.
And then the second anything happens, I become less effective.
No, baby. I'm sure you'd stay quite effective.
How about we'd only put a bell on you when you're at the campsite, and then take that off.
Give him little cat ears.
Tactical cat ears.
Tactical cat ears.
Tactical.
So I got you both a beer, and Rhea, I got you. No, you. No, that's about all I got. I'm sorry. But yeah, so we don't have the full s'mores, but we do got grams and marshmallows. Wow, Rhea tells us the story of the Riders. I didn't forget, baby.
I didn't either. I was actually about to ask.
I promise to do my best.
You're gonna do great.
I have been telling this story in my head for 3 days, 2 days. Anyways.
Oh, wait, Silkaz. Can you give her some encouraging words?
Rhea, you are undoubtedly going to knock this out of the park. And slaps a little bardic inspiration on there.
And she's like, I'm going to try, I guess.
I love her so much.
It was over a century past that the Great Troubles began. Fiends roamed the lands to the north and west of Elturel. Fields were despoiled, livestock slaughtered, homes razed, and people dragged off to a terrible, unknowable fate. Terror gripped the hearts of all. The city's cavalry rode across the land, striking down fiends wherever they found them, and suffering fearful losses. But it was never enough. For every fiend they destroyed, it seemed as though 2 more appeared elsewhere. The ruler of Elturel, the High Rider, asked his people to pray to the gods for aid. And to everyone's astonishment, a mighty angel entered the city the next day. Her name was Zariel. It means the companion of light. The prayers of Elturel had been heard, and help had come, just as it had come under Thavius Krieg and our modern companion. Zariel located the gate through which the fiends were entering the natural world on the fields of the dead, west of the city. Zariel declared that she would lead the cavalry into Avernus, destroying the infernal hosts that were amassing there and striking a great blow against the forces of darkness. The High Rider sent out the riders of Elturel, now numbering the many thousands, with Zariel at their head, riding a golden mastodon and wielding her flaming sword. With a great cry, Zariel and her army charged through the gate. The legions of Avernus trembled and buckled, but the demons did not crumble. Zariel lost her sword and was defeated, and the remnants of her army returned to Elturel, overcome with grief at the loss of their glorious general, but confident that the lords of the Nine Hells would think twice about ever threatening Elturel again. There were great celebrations to honor the valiant knights of that cavalry, who eventually became known as the Hell Riders as we know them today. And she will, at that point, conclude her story.
A golden mastodon.
So Zariel was the first companion.
Yes. There is many rumors about what happened. I know that many think that she's now the ruler of the first layer of hell. Many think that it is many other figures, but
And
we
that's
don't
your
know.
mom.
That's your mom, Jeremina.
How does it make you feel, Rhea?
Rhea will just shrug and say, they're just stories.
Well, there's got to be some kind of truth to them. Or do you not think so?
I'm not sure. I only know the stories, not any of the very deep, long ago history.
Maybe that's something we can look up in Candlekeep.
I think Jeremina will reach out and gently touch Freya's shoulder, and she's gonna say, "You're a really great storyteller. You did great. The pauses, the build-up, the delivery. You did good."
She'll sort of smile and say, as with all Hell Riders, I copied a bit of my Rider Sergeant's delivery, but I thought I gave it my own flair.
Oh, certainly.
I wouldn't know.
That is true. We've only ever seen the Raya edition.
Mm-hmm.
She'll smile.
I love this little girl.
Right. I'm going to set up my alarm spell.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want? Or
Jodo, do you have any stories?
He'll sort of look towards Rhea and look around the table, or rather the fire, and will say, not anything like the ones you all have told.
Well, they don't necessarily have to be grandiose, but if you don't want to tell any, that's all right as well.
He'll sort of scrunch up his face and say, how about this? I'll
Oh, jeez.
tell you all once. I'll tell you all once we get to Candle.
Well, she'll hold you to that.
Mm-hmm.
He'll nod.
Jitto, after everyone's gone to bed, can I ask you something?
Can't you just ask me now?
No, I can't just ask you now. Unless you know Infernal. Do you know Infernal?
Yeah, I know Infernal.
Oh.
If Freya's the Hellrider, wouldn't she know Infernal?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that. What else do you know?
What, like, language-wise?
Is it...
Let's see. Common, Infernal, Abyssal, Undercommon, Primordial, and then a very, very, very obscure dialect of Elven.
Silkez, for the first time, you see him actually trying not to laugh. He's like,
Silkis?
mm-hmm.
My lord. He understands us.
Do you know, Jetto?
Do I know what?
They were speaking in Undercommon.
Yeah, no, yeah. Prithee indeed. Prithee indeed. But that's honestly really nice to know. Gives for another avenue of communication. Thank you, Jetto.
Not a problem.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to ask you one question. I have to go jump into a river. Yeah, I'm going to go off myself. Alright, it's been great, guys. It's been great knowing y'all. Look,
I do not think we're near any rivers.
Also, I don't want you to go into the Cloakwood. There's a very specific person.
So I went out into the little stall place. Finley went out there with he had something wrapped up in a little oil skin. He's hunting people. I
He's
have no
probably
he
not
is.
hunting people.
Yes, he is. Think about it. Halfling gnome, we don't know what it is because he is a changeling who can't keep it right. And, I mean, a hunting lodge? Who wants to stay in a hunting lodge? People who kill other people do.
And hunters.
And hunters.
Yeah, who hunt people.
I mean, I'm sure they don't have people that hunt people staying, except for Jetto.
Jeddah will just say, like, he'll wave his hand and be like, no, he probably hunts people.
Jeddah, thank you so much.
You let stay there?
Yeah, if you're staying, you're fine. As long as you don't go into the woods, you're good.
This isn't the person you had the pact with, right?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, it would be fairly hilarious if Bentley was the one that you had the pact with, Jeddo. I don't think that would be anything more appropriate.
Oh, God, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. Oh, also,
Unsavory
Jeddo,
character. Yes.
what do you know about, blood magic runes?
Would I?
Yeah.
No.
Hmm.
I understand how to use them. I understand how to manipulate them. I don't understand how to apply them or how they work necessarily.
You would have better luck asking the librarians who have been studying Jeddah, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
assumed, but I wanted to get a head start. Now that
No, you're going to have a great time, Marty. Candlekeep. You're going to be overwhelmed, I think would be the right word.
I'm looking forward to it then. But no, like now that EV3's other arm got busted, I'm like running out of arms.
I understand, but also not. I have plenty of arms.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Right.
set up this.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Bye.
Is anyone going to keep watch?
Um,
Why do we need to keep watch?
But I assume that's what people do on when camping.
if anything, Jeddah has been keeping watch.
Yeah, you also got that alarm system up. I mean, we're fine. The only threat in the wood is a gnome halfling that we're like, he's not gonna walk up
On
to
okay
us.
terms with.
As Jeddo's walking away, he's gonna say he knows better.
I was right!
He heard us.
He did hear us, yes.
Oh my god. Did you think he peeked it together? I haven't exactly been subtle.
You're about as subtle as a foghorn, Jeremina. I'm pretty sure
Oh my god.
that he has an idea. You have some kind of emotion for him.
You'll be Marty,
Yeah,
rejoice in your lesbianhood.
I do.
It's on man. So embarrassing. I will say getting crushes on women, even more embarrassing. But that's that's for a separate reason. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He knows. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Freya implied gently that I was a loose woman. Don't
Mina.
laugh.
That's a muty laugh. Mina, very kindly, you are somewhat of a loose woman.
What? No, I'm not.
How does one define a loose woman then?
Yeah.
One defines a quote-unquote loose woman as either having sex out of wedlock, having sex with multiple people in a given period of time, or having sex within, I wouldn't say unscrupulous situations, but questionable situations.
Well, then I'm an overachiever. Oh my god. Well, that's fine. You know, if he's troubled, I've got like 14 years of being incredibly more troubled. Like, I'm fine. Like, it's cool. It's fine. It's, oh my god, he knows. Oh, my life's horrible. Marty, never get crushes on people. It's humiliating.
It's like, I don't know. You guys really. Well, no, I've definitely had I've had crushes, but like. Not amongst the company we keep currently.
Well, let me know if that changes.
In
No?
general,
Do? I don't know, Jeremina. Whenever you start talking about crush, whenever people start talking about crush, you start pushing the envelope a little bit. So,
crushes are. I don't know if I would say I get crushes necessarily, but I am capable of being in love with someone.
No.
I don't know if I've ever been in love.
Well, I will give you this handy trick for knowing, Marty.
And that is where we will cut it. We will pick up next week with Jeremy giving Marty presumably terrible dating advice.
Oh, or we could do that in our Discord where we RP.
That is also an option. So, with that, thank you, everyone. We will see you next week. Apologies to Alexis, who just joined the chat, but we are out. And we will join you all next week with some content from Candlekeep. So stay tuned for that.
Good night.